What's going on, everybody? Back at it again. It is August 17th, so it is Saturday. I'm out here at the farm. I've got Matt's big 20-foot trailer, and we're going to get some stuff out of here. We're going to take at least 2 of the 3 feeders that we have on this farm out, and we're going to take at least 3 tree stands, all in locations we really don't hunt, if hunt them at all, so they're just sitting back there going to waste. So we're going to get those, all that equipment, and then we're going to be taking that down to Breckenridge County tomorrow. So I got the big trailer so I can lay it all out and I don't have to break everything down. I got the weed eater with me, got the shovel, got the rake. I'm going to refresh on all the mineral sites. So we got a mineral site up here at the top of this food plot. And then we got a mineral site over at the top of the ridge overlooking the old pond bottom. So I'm going to keep that stand. I'm going to take the ones down out here in the field. I do hunt that one, but the way it sets up, I don't want it to be there no more. So really going to center my focuses out here. I'm not going to hunt this farm very much this year. Just going to get them comfortable and used to coming to that one food source. And hopefully the few times I do slip in and hunt this, I'm still going to have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 fixed ladder stands. Of course, we have the tower here in the food plot, which we'll be turning this over and getting brassicas planted here mid-September, so we'll have a late season food source here. But I got corn. I got 600 pounds of corn with me today, feeder filled up. Gonna get this all cleaned up. Got, like I said, the weed eater and all that stuff. So I did come out and bush hog this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but as you can see, it needs it again. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Just gonna do a bunch of work and then get ready to go to Breckenridge County. Me and Matt are going down there tomorrow. We're going to put up at least 2, if not 3 stands, get 2 different food stations going, and then cell cams, cameras. I brought 8 cameras with me today, so I'm gonna get those out in different areas across this farm. But again, this farm, I'm not going to pressure it this year. I want basically one food source, one feed source, get them used to coming to that. They're not going to be overpressured. Hopefully no one comes in here and does that. But the few times that I am going to hunt this, hopefully I can catch them almost like the first sit. So I'm going to only fill this one feeder, get a bunch of cameras out, see what that intel looks like, and get going. But got all my cell cameras all set up and rerunning, and all my cellular plans activated and all that yesterday. So just getting a bunch of stuff done, guys. We are a month out. I mean, not even a month, right? I don't remember. I got to check and see exactly what date opening season comes in here for archery, but I think last year was the 12th of September, so it's probably somewhere around the 12th and 15th. But anyway, it's not that hot today. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 8 a.m. Matt's on his way out here. We're going to get all this stuff knocked out, get everything loaded up on this trailer, enjoy the rest of today with the family, and then tomorrow head to Breckenridge County and get some stuff set up out there. So stay tuned. Yeah, so on these flat 55-gallon drums, or these 55-gallon drums, the bottom's flat. So your corn is going to sit down there until it creates its own vortex or its own funnel down into that gravity feeder. So when they sit there all winter, yeah, that corn on the bottom, even though it's not dispensing, is sitting there getting pretty nasty. So what do you think about that, Matt? Protein, or what do you think?
It's something.
So anyway, we just took this all down. And then of course, Matt's like, whoa, wasp nest, great. But got that down, got that cleaned out. We'll get it all reassembled and then fill it with some fresh stuff. Stay tuned. So Matt's working up. This is an established mineral site. And I was just telling Matt, I have 2 control holes here. One, I had another brand's mineral in. And then I just started putting Matt's one in this one. Matt's mineral, he blends up himself. And this hole is just way bigger. Like at the end of the season, it was probably a foot deep where they're just in there digging it out. And that back one's really not gotten any bigger. So Matt's gonna put his special Deer 30 blend in, even though it says pork rinds.
Containers are containers. When you're hunting on the cheap, you use what you got.
Don't use all of it, I got that other spot.
Hang on, top it off.
So, two things that I found that work best whenever you're either establishing or freshening up a existing mineral site. Bring out a good old garden rake to get all them leaves out of there. You don't want leaves and stuff like that down in. You want it just straight dirt to mineral contact, no leaves. Try to get all the vegetation out of it if you need to bring a weed eater or whatever. But and then the second is the trusty old shovel.
Ground point shovel.
Just break that ground up, really making it easier for them to paw at the ground, because if it's really hard, they're not going to want to put that much effort into trying to get that mineral out of the ground. So break up the ground really good. Well, get the leaves out, break up the ground really good, and then put your mineral on top of that. It'll soak faster into that dirt, and then give them something to paw at, and then they start breaking it out of there pretty easily. So little tips on establishing or refreshing your existing mineral site. So I got my camera, got it all set, made sure the time's right, everything's set up on it, and then I've got my ultimate camera mount. And again, guys, if you aren't using these ultimate camera mounts, they are light. You can throw 4 or 5 of these in your pack. They don't weigh anything, super convenient, and then you can put them on anything. Like, I could put them on the littlest of branches. Just remember, the smaller stuff you put it on, wind is going to set your camera off. So those are only extreme circumstances, but I don't have any other thing out in the field to put it on. I will put it on a smaller tree. Just know you're going to get that waving of the wind. It's going to trigger your camera. But I can put it on huge trees. I think last year I had it on a tree that's, I don't know, a couple 100 years old. Thing was massive. Stick it right in the middle. And the cool thing about those huge trees, you don't even see your camera there. No one's thinking you're going to have a camera on it, and they don't see that strap running around at a horizontal level, so they don't even pay attention to it. So we'll get my camera installed using the ultimate camera mount. We've got 6 of them to put out on this farm today, so let's get after it. Yes, it takes a little bit to get that thing started in there, but as you can see, once it's started, I like to get it really good and snug. Again, if somebody sees this camera, wants to take it, they're gonna have to really want it. So, get it on there. Most important part is that wing nut needs to be on the left-hand side of your camera. Because whenever you start tightening it and you're going to pull down to create that, to get that position you want, you're going to create that tightness and that force, and it's going to lock it into place. If that's on the right side, as you're pulling down, you're actually loosening the wing nut. So make sure when you're installing these, the wing nut is on the left side of your camera. Another thing is, especially like on these stealth cams, Matt, if you can get up under there, it's got the place to screw that into, but that's not a very strong point. So if you crank down on that, it will split this, I know from experience. So just get it to basically where it tightens down, it can't go back forward, and then rotate it back to right about that location there. Tighten your wing nut up, and then work it into place like that. And then on the bottom one, so I'm gonna tighten that up, and I'm just gonna kind of keep working it back and forth until it locks into place. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's where I want it. It's locked, it's seated good. You can see I'm putting all my weight on that. Putting all my weight here, and it's holding me up. So it's tight, it's not going anywhere. A squirrel can get up here, sit on top of this. You can see it's not moving it, it's not whatever. And then another great thing with not having a strap, once you have those straps on there, it just attracts bugs. So you get all those little spiders and everything. They're putting nests in there. Well, if they're getting in there, they're also trying to get in your camera. Here, there's only one contact point with the tree, so less likely for the bugs. One, there's nothing for them to nest under, and then two, less likely for them to climb up on and touch this, because you can see the camera itself is not touching the tree at all in this instance, the way I've got it set up for that feeder. So just a really cool innovation. They're not very expensive. I think it's like, I don't know, what are they, Matt, 10 or 15 bucks. But throw a couple in your pack, and then you always got, you're ready to go. And you don't have that, again, that horizontal indicator that there's a camera right there. So people are less likely going to see that, because that's what people are looking for. When they're out in the woods, they're looking for that strap. So considering there's no strap there, trespassers aren't going to notice it as much, and bugs ain't going to find it either. So great little innovation. There we go. So check them out. It's ultimatecamera-mount.com, right? I'll put the link in the description below. There she is. Check them out, guys. You know how I said it wasn't hot earlier? Yeah, it's not the case now. It's 11 o'clock, pushing 90 degrees, high in humidity, pretty warm. But we got 2 cameras set up in this spot. Let me turn it around here. All right, make sure the cameras are on. I think that's 5 we've got out so far. We got 2 more to set. I'm gonna go drop one more stand in the feeder, but this is that ridge top set. I really like hunting here. I was telling Matt I've never been in this stand and not had deer come in on me, so no shooter bucks, but always covered up in deer. So we got the mineral up here on the top. Matt got the ground worked up real good. 2 cameras, stand, let it soak. What's up, everybody? Back at it again. I'm here with my buddy Matt, his boy Ian. Say something, Ian. Say something to the camera.
No.
And he said no. So we are in Breckenridge County and got all that work done yesterday. What we do, Matt?
Oh my gosh, what did we do?
We
set some mineral sites up.
Dropped the stand, 3 mineral sites.
Pull 2 feeders to move to this location. Set some cameras up.
5 cameras at that spot.
Setting a few more cameras here, cell phone wise.
Yeah, we got the cell cameras down here, so I was kind of contemplating, do I put one at the other farm, one out here? But I decided to bring all the cell cameras down here just because
it's such a long drive. Yeah. We can pop the other farm right after work and check on things if we need to.
Plus, like, the plan is not to put a lot of time in at that farm this year. I'm gonna really let it just soak. All right, so the plan today is find a place for this stand. I got some ideas. We have another stand that Matt hunted out and killed that doe on opening day of gun season last year. Oh, that's a big old Sheila. That's a big old doe.
I got a perfect plan for this today too.
Dude, that's a big doe. Nice. But I don't know if I want to keep that there or not. And then what are we going to do with these 2 feeders? So obviously where I hike to back here, got to go down into the creek bottom, up, and it'd just be a real hard thing to get corn back there to fill a feeder anyway. So I might put the feeders closer to this side.
Oh, we got a new deer cart for the corn.
Yeah, got a new deer cart. Matt's got a new deer cart, big old heavy duty bastard. Put him in it the other day, yesterday. Plowed him over a tree log, worked perfect. So.
Well, we didn't plow me over the tree log.
I mean, I had to pull you. I mean,
okay. It's just, you caught it.
I had to pull you over the tree log.
No,
all right, so we're gonna go. I think what our plan is up top where I hunted last year down here. I've got a lot of intel. There's a lot of buck moving over there, but I want to go a little higher up on that little
I don't know, what would you call it, a little grove, high grass?
Where you want to be at?
Yeah, where it's kind of
It's
open.
just a flat top clearing.
Yeah. So we're gonna get up there, see what it looks like right now. Get us a mineral site. So got the rake, got the shovel, got Matt's secret formula on the mineral that just pulls them in. So this will be a great experiment. Again, just completely fresh. Introduce it to a new area and then see what they do with it. So,
And nourishment of herd around here.
yeah.
I love good deer management.
So we're gonna go hike right now and get all the way over to this other ridge, put up some cameras and get this mineral site going, figure out what tree I want to be in. I'm gonna use my Hang On XOP for that spot, and then we're gonna get this other stuff set up. Stay tuned. Got the cell cam up, mineral sights in, and if you turn around, that tree that comes out, that's what I was hunting last year. Way up there. Tell us not.
You have to bring a pole saw. No, you probably had.
Well, so I pole sawed those. I need to take like one more layer off, right? Because where I was at, I was to shoot across.
Right, that's where you bring the sticks in.
Yeah.
The climbing sticks, you can get as high as you want.
All right, one mineral site down. Now we gotta hike all the way back out of here.
Why don't you angle it just towards the creek, just a hair?
Yeah.
Right there.
Little
Maybe
less.
That might be too much.
You think it's gonna catch both?
Right.
Right
Too
there.
much. Right there. You can see the whole transition a little better.
Right about.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So what'd you find there, Matt?
So we're coming up on the draw there, and my son goes, "Is that a cave over there?" And you're telling him, "No, that's just a shelf of a creek." And then I saw that draw coming up, and like you, I thought it was a washout. And we got up here, and of course, we walked past it almost, looked down, and you can see all the heavy trail beating down where they're coming up straight up vertical.
Super heavy trail, and just like Matt said, I mean that thing's damn near completely vertical. And I almost think they're either drinking from that where they feel secure,
And then
or during
mineral
storms
water.
or whatever. But at the bottom of this, which I'm not going to go all the way down there to show you, but at the bottom, it almost looks like a mineral site, like where they're beating and
Right.
pawing at it. So I'm wondering if natural minerals not coming out of this rock and getting down in there, and they're going and getting that mineral water.
Right.
Because that's what this is, a fresh mineral spring. I wouldn't advise drinking it, but it looks like you could drink it. So
I'd drink it.
his stomach could be hurting later.
It's all right.
But anyway, we got us a camera, as you saw, right there, because this is a heavy trail right down through here. So it's catching anything coming and going up this, but also hopefully it'll catch anything coming up that. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Now we got to hike all the way back up and go put some feeders out.
And move a stand and set a stand.
Yeah. All right, let's go. If there's one thing I can help you all do, don't forget to turn on your cameras before you leave the area. What is that, Matt? Looks like spray paint.
I couldn't tell. I was looking at it.
I think it's just rotten leaves.
Who knows?
So this area we're walking through now, last year, of course we didn't come out here. I didn't start coming out here until late October, right before November. Looked way different than it does right now, obviously. But this bottom that we're coming into, every time I hunted over there and came out in the afternoon, they were in here. So I'm actually thinking on the other side of this creek of putting my climber and hunting this creek bottom. The only thing that's kind of keeping me from doing that, huh? Well, that, but being down in this bowl like this, in this valley, your wind's just gonna sit here and circle. There's nowhere for it to go. where up on top of this ridge, I usually hunt with a, what is that, east wind, which is most of the time the wind, as I've been up there, the wind blows this way, shooting my scent back into where I came from and down into this bottom, so I'm not disturbing anything. And I was never busted over there. So.
Why you putting that tree right there, David?
What's that?
Oh, why you putting this tree right here? You got that trail, that trail.
Hold on, you're in the sun. Get up here.
I don't know why you don't hunt this tree here, because you got that where they're going up there, trail going across, and this trail right we're on. You're getting 3 ways,
Yeah.
and it's good.
So what you're saying is you like 3 ways?
I like 3 ways.
Okay. Just checking. That's what it sounded like to me. It's not bad.
I mean, it's a straight tree,
Yeah.
quick and point. You don't have to hold a lot of clearing. You don't have enough. You don't have a whole.
The only
lot
thing that
of
would
stuff in your
scare me
way.
though, anything coming off of that hill this
Couldn't
way,
possibly see you.
like you're gonna be sitting there looking at them
That's true.
because we're so far down. I know it doesn't show it here, guys, but it's all the way up back up there is where the top is.
I'm
So, I
looking
mean,
at.
If
Not
I'm
having to take
if
your
I'm
break.
right there in a tree, which is about where my sticks would get me to, I look over. I'm looking right at the top of that.
But listen, you got clear some of that out. You got that trail going up, going across, and you got this heavy trail right here where we're on.
Well,
So you got,
someone else thought the same thing because there's another pallet that used to be a tree stand,
Yep.
and I bet you it was in that big fork tree.
I bet it fell out of that fork. It is. You see the steps of the fork.
Oh yeah, sure enough. So we found another old historical stand at the top where I was wanting to hunt, but again, it looked way different in November and December than it did just now. Super thick up there. It took us way long to get around.
We got a little turnaround to going up there.
So I think I'm gonna hunt right where we just put that mineral site in and have some luck. All right, Ian, tell us what we did.
So we went up and put this tree stand up. We went and put a feeder out and a mineral plot.
Yeah, a new mineral site established, 16-foot ladder stand. It's overlooking this next shelf, which you're not going to really be able to tell on the camera, but there's another shelf that goes down, and that's really the main travel corridor. So you got this bench here, which is an old logging road. You can tell it's good and flat. Good trail run right behind this tree, right to our new feeder. Like I said, just down there is that other bench, and it travels all the way back around, and it comes up to where Matt's other stand was from last season. Hey Ian, cut these down for me so that they're not sticking up. That one and this one right here. We got feeder all full. Matt, what we get in there? 400?
We got 400 pounds in there.
400 pounds, and I mean, to be honest,
Bags.
could have put another bag in there because of the way it bows up, but 400 pounds in there, full to the top. Mineral site, cell camera locked in, and then that's that other bench that goes down, and you travel right through there. And then we're right on the edge of the field. So we're gonna put the other feeder, you can see my truck up there. I'm gonna put the other feeder out there in the field. So the hope is any staging bucks prior to going out into the open field would use this area. And what is that, a 25-yard shot?
About that.
Oh, and then we'll have some good cut through lanes going out to the field. So Matt's basically hunting, or anybody that hunts in that stand is hunting 3 different elevations. So you got the field that's a little higher, you got this bench here, and then 1 bench down. And by the time November gets here, should have some really good shooting lanes down through there. So
All the foliage should be gone by then.
yeah, looks way different back here right now than it did when we first came out here last year.
Okay, what we got here late season?
So it's hot, we're almost done. And then I just got some pictures from when we were back on the ridgetop camera, and
A little higher than you want it to be.
I think I almost want to just run back over there and fix it because it's going to be taking high pictures all week, or all however long. Hell, that might be back there for 3 weeks taking high pictures.
You want to run back? We can, or we can see how it pans out.
Oh, always something. But we're gonna go get this other feeder set up, get it filled up, and then we're getting out of here. So we'll talk to you here in a minute. What's up, everybody? Back at it again. It is Friday, August 23rd, I believe, and we are back at the farm. It has been, I think, 6 days since Matt and I came out here, started getting mineral and grain running. So just came out, filled this up. They've already eaten over 200 pounds of the corn that I just put in there 6 days ago. So both mineral sites have been torn up pretty good. So just checking cards. I took all my cell cams down to the Brett County farm because obviously it's just way farther away. I can get out here in about 10-15 minutes and pull cards, not a big deal. Didn't really put any cards this year down anywhere where I really have to be invasive to get down to a bedding or anything like that. All the cards are pretty easily accessible. That's what I'm trying to say. So out here today, getting some intel, but the crazy part is we've already got some really good intel. Guys, I've got intel on the biggest buck that I have chased in over 2 years. I mean, pretty excited about it. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but I do feel like I've got them well patterned already. And bow season comes in, archery season starts here in just a couple weeks. So there's a high probability I could get on this buck early and fill my tag on what might be one of the biggest or the biggest buck I've ever harvested. So from what I can tell, 13 to 14 scoreable points. My very first picture I got back in that back spot that I have that set up in that you just saw was a nice young 10 point. So I was really excited. I've got a couple dinks that came in, but this guy just showed up, and not just showed up, but he is showing up and then showing up again and showing up again. So really, really excited to have a deer of this caliber to chase this season, especially the early season. Hopefully get on him before he hits that fall range. But yeah, just excited. And that's, who knows what else is going to show up out there. Like I said, we didn't hunt that until late October. Well, early November is actually when I started hunting down the Brett County farm. So have no early season intel except for what we're getting right now, and looking pretty promising. So really excited about that. Guys, if you haven't already, get down there and smash that subscribe button. I honestly believe this is going to be our best season ever. And just from what we've got planned, all the new farms, all the new intel, all the opportunity that we've created over the off season, public land, private land, just really excited about this upcoming season. And I hope you continue to tune in and follow along until we have some success. So anyway, rambling on at this point. Oh, new to the fleet, the AT4X GMC Canyon. If you remember, I had a Canyon before. It was a 2015. Really, really liked that truck. I lifted it up, put wheels and tires on it, did a lot of work to it, and I just loved driving that truck. It was super capable, super small and compact, so I can get into, you know, crazy tight situations and not worry about it. Plus, at the price point, I don't know if there's a better truck on the market. And then Matt got the Chevy Colorado ZR2 that you've seen in this video, Trail Boss Edition, which we're going to really do an in-depth review on both of these this upcoming season. We're trying to plan a trip out to Red River Gorge and really test the capabilities of these trucks. But I liked his too much. The ZR2 Chevy Silverado that I had is a good truck, but dang if it didn't eat the gas. And then just some other things were coming up. I wasn't as impressed with that truck over the past 2 years that I thought I was going to be. And long story short, it's costing me a lot of money to get out there and drive that truck to work and to hunt. And at 12, 14 miles a gallon, it wasn't doing it for me. So I have switched over to the AT4X GMC Canyon. So I'm back in a Canyon once again. I'm super excited. And we're going to do a full review of this and Matt's ZR2 Chevy Colorado here real soon. So again, get down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you're notified whenever we're dropping this new content. And guys, until next time, wake up and hunt.
To get tired of these songs.